Enugu State, as a combined team of soldiers and policemen reportedly invaded Iggah community in Uwani local government area of the state following the alleged killing of 2 police officers. However, reports from the community said that trouble started over ownership of a land between one community and another. Now, the situation escalated, which resulted in the death of 2 police officers, which one was said to be an Assistant Superintendent of Police. The community now say the police have been arresting youths, accusing them of various crimes since the incident. Joining us in the studio is a public affairs analyst, Iggah. He'll be giving us perspectives to this whole issue. Ziggy, it's good to have you join us this morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
For having me.
All right. Now, there are different dimensions to the story. There are those who said that some persons came to invest in the state and they were, looking at a particular parcel of land when they were attacked, so to speak, a particular report that I saw, and then they were killed. The 2 policemen and some Eastern Security Network persons were said to have been killed as well. And that in the process, certain persons were arrested, and that was how they were able to find the bodies of these persons that were killed. But really, what do you make of what is happening in this state and perhaps generally the East with regards to matters of security and how people are responding when it comes to communicating and having conversation with security personnel that are meant to come and do something in their state?
Thank you so much. Fortunately, the town that is in this discourse now is my town.
Oh, really?
I'm from Iggah. That's my community, and I'm happy to come to actually highlight areas I know and be able to detail what happens as I was told. Okay, so I'll be giving a very detailed report about it.
Right.
Iggah is a medium-sized community in Enugu State. In fact, almost an obscured community that is in Enugu State. The town is a sleepy town and an agrarian community. Okay, and all they do is they're into agric farming. I would go historically. When this issue started, not very linked to what really happened now.
Okay.
There has been skirmishes of issues here and there. People have been killed in the community and all that.
By whom? Amongst themselves?
There had been issues within the community and outside the community, but it is being linked to individuals who were interested in power tussles. Okay?
Okay.
And Iggah, as we speak, is in the outskirts of Enugu border.
Okay.
It borders on Ugurugu. Ugurugu borders on Kogi.
Okay.
Iggah borders on Adani. Equally borders on Umueje and Omasi.
Okay.
These are bordering towns. Yeah. But as it is, Iggah is an outskirt, a community that is located in Enugu. So issues of killing had been there right from its inception. And
so issues of killing, is it killing one another or killing the security person?
By intruders. People have been coming into the community to kill the locals. Yes, to kill the locals.
Over their parcels of land?
This is not, that's why I say it's not related to land. The parcel, but I'll go into the land issue.
Okay.
During the course of this discussion. Now, Iggah farms in a place they call farm settlement. That's where they sojourn. That's where they do their farming occupation. And before you assess into this place that this incident really happened, you must go through Adani. Okay. So Adani is a thoroughfare or a town you must pass before you assess this very farm settlement called Adarais. Okay. And the Adarais is a location where many communities come to farm. It harbors so many communities within and outside that environment. You talk about those from Opanda, you talk about those from Uzo, Nsoka, you talk about from all the environs of Uwani and all that. There you have people from Ogrugu. There's no individual you can find in that farm settlement. You talk about people from Asaba, Omasi, Umeji, and Aguleri. Everybody is in that farm settlement, come to do their farming business.
In Iggah?
No, in farm settlement, in Adani, in Adarais.
Okay.
I'm drawing you now, taking you to where the incident actually happened.
Right.
Now, on this very fateful day, which was on Friday, we heard that some people from Adani brought in investors.
Yes.
From wherever, either Abuja or something, and they were accompanied or escorted by policemen and a team of
Eastern Security Network.
The Eastern Security Network, that I wouldn't confirm very well, because the people we knew, or the report that came to us, was that people that escorted these investors were policemen and a team of army, a team of soldiers, you know, a combined team of policemen and soldiers.
Okay.
Then, this insecurity of this Adarais had always had issues of invasions. People have been attacked various times. Not only Iggah people were attacked there. So many other communities who are resident in this very farm settlement had been attacked many times. And those attacks had always been linked to the Eastern Security Network.
Okay.
Okay? So, Iggah people had suffered casualties many times in this same environment. So also other communities who are residents in this farm settlement. So now, they now brought themselves together and formed a vigilante in that very community. That Adarais, you know, farm settlement. They call it sites.
Okay.
They formed vigilante group, you know, trying to ward off external intruders and all that.
Yeah.
So on this very day, the story now, that they saw some group of men and women coming into this environment, this Adarais. And this guards, this neighborhood watch, asked them, where were you people coming from? Who sent you? Who are your hosts? Who brought you in here? I think one thing led to another. Altercations came in, and who did the first shot, I didn't know. Okay? And that was how the issue was escalated, to the point that some people were killed. From both sides. From my town, we lost about 2 people. Iggah lost in this very melee. Iggah lost about 2 people. I think Adan lost 2. But the question now is, who perpetrated this very dastard act?
Who were the intruders? That
resulted in the reprisal attack on Iggah alone.
Okay, because so there's a reprisal, because even the police is saying that there is nothing as such. There was no reprisal.
There was. Oh, the video is everywhere now. It's everywhere.
But you saw the statement that came out of the police.
Iggah women protested now. Houses were burned in the night preceding Saturday. Okay? Friday, this incident happened on Friday. And in the night of that Friday to Saturday, there were a reprisal attack in Iggah.
But you saw the statement that came from the police saying that nothing of such, there was no reprisal attack. They only went to investigate and got the persons
who got the houses burnt
involved.
Who got the houses burnt in Iggah?
I don't know.
There are videos here. There are videos here. There are videos here. There are evidences here. Iggah women actually protested. Everything is here. Okay? So we are saying, why the reprisal, why was Iggah targeted at this? Because the place we are talking about
is a central place.
Is a central place where other communities have their indigens. Adani people are there, Ogurugu people are there, other Uwani local areas are all there. So that place is a harbor of many other indigens. So not only Iggah people alone that were there.
So invariably you're saying the reprisal just targeted Iggah people?
Yes, it shouldn't have been so. The investigation, I'm sure, has commenced because they said that some people have been arrested. So maybe those people will help in the investigation proper. What happened and all that. Then the people that were responsible for the shooting and killing of the policemen.
Right, because that's where I'm actually going, because they said that people from Iggah actually came into Adarize to sell, some parcel of land or probably for investment.
No,
they used them.
The place we are talking about is co-owned. Mind that word, is co-owned by Iggah people, Adani people, Omasi from Anambra State, Umeje, and other suburbs. So Adani, as a company or agrarian, Adarize as a company is owned by the federal government. Okay, but there are some lands close to Adarize that is being owned by these people, these communities, because Iggah has actually lived in that farm settlement many years ago. I grew in Adani, in my town, but I schooled in Adani. Okay, so that community is not new to me.
You grew up in Iggah?
Yes, I grew up in Iggah, but attended school in Adani. My primary school was in Adani. Okay, as we speak, Iggah and Adani had lived very peacefully.
So what this
in fact, if you go to Adani as we speak, from many years ago, from its existence, Iggah and Adani have never had issues for the first time. This is the very first time. The other skirmishes we've been having has always been linked to headers clash with the farmers and all, and that it wasn't sparing to anyone. Iggah were involved, Adani were involved, Umeje were involved, Omasi were involved. You understand? So this very thing, where the thing got escalated or got bad was the policemen that were killed.
That's right.
And police own investigation. We are asking, how did you investigate that these people were actually those who killed the policemen when we have so many residents in that very environment?
And they narrowed it down to
Iggah. Until when the police come up after their investigation that this is how it happened and will be able to justify why they went to have such attack on.
But is there any justification for that? Even if there were killings, because we saw that what happened at Ukwama, and people are still reeling from that effect. And, a lot of persons were concerned. That's why I'm saying...
To kill anybody, not let alone killing a policeman.
A policeman, yes, or even destroying...
Who comes for peace.
Or even reprisals.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
So, and you see, every action has its own reactions.
Right.
And that's exactly what I think culminated into all this. When they were going there, I think either the people should have been notified
before they came.
But then our question is, who brought in these investors? Who played host to these investors? Who brought them in? The person should be able to throw light why he brought them, because they were saying that they came to buy land or investigate or whatever. They didn't come because of that rise. We heard they came because they want to buy some parcels of land. And we are saying, who brought them? If a land is to be sold in this environment, not forgetting that so many of the lands there are being co-owned by these communities, it calls for a general consensus that we want to sell a particular land also. But then, going away from all this, land has always been an issue in this country, not particularly in Enugu State. For those who think land would benefit them or so, I think they should have a rethink. Because we've had recurrent issues culminating from land struggle, land grabbing, and all that, even in this Lagos where we are. So I think we should eschew from dragging lands always, because it has done worse than we would expect it is.
But from me, I don't think it's a matter of dragging. There was a breakdown in communication. Basically,
yes, exactly.
If there was a proper channel of communication, I believe that the people would have known who brought
them, what they are coming from, their mission and all that.
And then if, when they were being asked, there was proper communication, and perhaps that wouldn't have happened. But we would wait for what the investigation of the police will, bring out what it would excavate at the end of the day. They will know how, perhaps the people would know how to channel their grouse and see how they can communicate.
To the proper authority. And I'm very happy that I thank the governor of the state.
Okay.
He was very forthcoming. He rose to the occasion. On Sunday, even at that late time, he was in Iggah. He went to all these areas. He went to incident places. Okay. He went for himself to see what actually happened. He was in Adani. He was in Adarais. He was in Iggah, my town. And he has actually gave his words. Okay? To me, that is the pragmatism of a leader. Okay? But then another thing is, information coming from the same area, even when the governor had ordered or have been direct that everything should be resolved and the status quo should be maintained. As we speak, so many Iggah in Adani. Because no place in Adani you can find an Iggah man. Okay? That's how close and how intertwined they've been. They've been living very closely. They have been never froze the relationship. You know?
Okay.
Even as we speak, so many of them are still being attacked in Adani. In fact, by the indigents. Yesterday we heard that
the indigents are attacking them.
Yes, we heard that yesterday that some people's source of livelihood were boggled. It's on shops.
So the people they lived with, the people they lived with is now attacking.
Yes, like if you're a landlord in Adani and you have an Iggah person in your house, you ask him to
why?
Okay, when the governor had given order that the peace should be maintained.
Right.
So,
So now I'm not sure how this has contributed to the overall security issues in the southeast, especially talking about Enugu, because I also read in the story in papers that in Abakaliki the road, even where we had military checkpoints, like 2 or 3 of them, they attacked passengers and all of that. Do you see any correlation between what happened in that community, the Iggah community, and that of things that are happening on the road, where we had people who were in military fatigue, attacking people, and also kidnapping others?
In Southeast, insecurity has been on the high rise, since years now. Okay, and that's why we keep begging the authorities to step up their action. Because like one would have observed, if a proper communication had been established, this would have been averted. There wouldn't have been these issues. But, I think there are a kind of bottled up anger somewhere, somebody not doing the right thing, or somebody thinking differently from what the general public or those who had lived in peace for a very long time are thinking. So the insecurity in the Southeast is a thing that gets any sane person worried. Because in the face of insecurity, nothing goes good, nothing. You can't just achieve anything. It is all down low.
Do you feel like the insecurity in the Southeast is now, blown out of proportion, that the military itself or the security apparatus in Nigeria are not able to handle any longer?
I don't think any insecurity is beyond being curbed. I don't think so. It is just to step up their game, then take up a new approach into it, then have intelligent gathering too. It's very important. Intelligent gathering is very important when it comes to nipping so many of these insecurities in the bud. Okay? If there had been collaborations even when, for instance, when that Friday, if there had been collaborations where we have a link or interface with those, police maybe having interface with those at the farm settlement, maybe communicating to them that there are some people who are coming either to observe or to see for themselves a particular place, or investors are coming to either see the place for them. They are not they only come to view or research. Okay? There must be this collaboration. This collaboration, if it's not there, insecurity will continue to stay on our faces. Now, so there must be high collaboration with the locals. Police must actually interface with the locals. Police and other security agencies, vigilante now that it has been official, should do their work with the policemen or the army. So as to nip so many of these things in the bud.
That's my concern, because we are seeing a recurring issue as it is. We had the Okwama, like I mentioned earlier, and now we are having this one. And this is not the first time this is happening, where we are seeing a breakdown in relations between security personnel and the community.
Yes.
How do we begin to, because we've been talking about matters of trust, the security officials trusting the people and the people in return trusting security officials. But when we begin to have these kinds of issues reoccurring, where does that leave us?
Trust is a two-way thing. You trust me.
I trust you. That is why I mentioned that security officials trusting the people and the people trusting security
when the authorities or when the security agencies trust the people should, the policemen should do all they could to earn the trust of the people. Okay? So it is both ways. Then the discussion should be carried further by asking the locals to know that these people are your friends. Policemen do the locals' job. They do the community's job. When you find them around, they should be our friends.
But right now, with what you said, there was a reprisal. Does that show friendship?
It doesn't. It doesn't. But that is the lack of understanding. That is the lack of communication. Because when that attack happened in the farm settlement, okay, everything went gaga. Nobody to talk to. Nobody was able to listen to anyone. And you know, when it comes to attack, it is about you do yours, I do mine.
Yeah.
Okay? And Iggah, having suffered so many casualties in the past, might have been felt that, the people might have felt that, look, they are the direct culprit of all this.
Victims of this. So how do we build the trust moving forward? Now we've seen two incidents.
The trust is personal. It's a thing we need to begin to, tell the people. It's a school we need to open for every mind that police is our friend. Each time we see them, we should establish that peace has come around us. Okay? Because it's a very bad situation. Very bad situation that a policeman goes to do his job, he is being killed. For what reason? He doesn't deserve it. That is not what he signed for. He doesn't sign for it.
But we understand the fact that that relationship that they enjoyed, from
was broken down.
Memorial, they are still leaders, even though the youth might not be able to understand, the long-term, relationship they enjoy or the history that all of these communities share together. What do you think the role of the locals, especially the leaders, the elders in the society, this community, or communities rather, should do to bring this to...
In every community I'm aware has either Iggahs, and Iggahs has its own cabinets and all that. There are local leaders in every community. These local leaders should step up. They are encouraging the people to be law-abiding. They should encourage the people to do the right thing at every point in time. And then we have this problem in the country. Offenders are not being punished most times. If offenders are being punished, there will be no broken of law and order.
All right.
There will be this caution that if you want to do something, you will
there will be consequences.
There will be consequences for every action you took you took.
You've taken.
All right.
Okay. That's right.
We'll leave the conversation here, Ziggy, Ibe, and can only hope for the best. Issues are resolved.
We await the police investigation.
Yes, as quickly as
possible. To actually unravel the immediate cause and so that there will be no recurrent of this, because it has been.
Our time is up, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Public Affairs Analyst Ziggy Ibe, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.